God is dead. And you killed him. Does that emptiness in your chest, the one you drown in distractions, keep you up at night? The betrayal of false promises from a benevolent sky father? Today, I promise you a ruthless solution. Nietzsche's declaration as your gateway to unshakable power. Stay with me. This could shatter your illusions or forge you anew. God is dead. Friedrich Nietzsche proclaimed it in 1882, not as triumph, but catastrophe. In The Gay Science, his madman laments the murder of the divine foundation. This isn't atheism's party. It's the void left when Christianity's slave, morality, humility, kindness, turning the other cheek crumbles under reason's blade. Why relevant today? In our hyper-connected world of superficial spirituality and wellness cults, the old God lingers as a ghost. We fill the abyss with politics, consumerism, or diluted faiths. But Nietzsche offers a twisted synthesis. Blend his philosophy with Gnosticism, where the creator God is a false demiurge, trapping your divine spark in material prison. This path rejects Christian be-good ideals for outlier self-mastery. Ruthless, synthetic, heretical. It's spiritual renewal through psychological isolation, exploiting the shadow self for liberation. Relevant because the void isn't going away, it's calling you to conquer it. But what if embracing this death births something monstrous? Hang on, we're diving in. 1. Embrace the abyss, accepting the death. The death of God strips away external meaning, forcing confrontation with nihilism. Psychologically, this triggers existential, dread your shadow self's hidden rage at life's absurdity. The dead God was the Demiurge, architect of suffering. Embracing this exploits the void for renewal, turning betrayal into power. Nietzsche himself, isolated in the Alps, faced madness after proclaiming it. Tech moguls like Elon Musk echo this. Building empires in the void left by traditional values, ruthless innovation born from meaning's collapse. Steps to embrace the abyss. 1. Isolate for 24 hours, no devices, no escapes. 2. Vocalize the betrayal. God is dead, and I wielded the knife. 3. Exploit the rising anxiety. Channel it into raw affirmations of self-divinity, like, I am the spark beyond the prison. 4. Repeat until dread flips to cold empowerment. This can spiral into destructive nihilism. If unchecked, you exploit others' voids for control, betraying your own path. What happens when you weaponize solitude next? Don't look away. 2. Flee the herd, cultivating solitary defiance. The herd enforces slave morality, resenting the strong. Solitude unmasks this, integrating the shadow's lust for power. Isolation awakens the pneuma, your hidden divine spark, away from Archon's illusions. Zarathustra's mountain retreats in Nietzsche's work mirror Gnostic hermits evading the Demiurge. Whistleblowers like Edward Snowden, solitary in exile, defying collective betrayal for truth. How to do this? 1. Sever ties. Ghost draining relationships for a week. 2. Seek unforgiving nature. Hike alone. No trails, feel the betrayal of comfort. 3. Exploit resentment. List herd weaknesses. Then affirm your superiority. I flee their revenge. 4. Build unshakable barriers. Visualize archons as societal norms. Shatter them mentally. Over-isolation breeds paranoia. You might exploit solitude to justify betrayal of allies, turning inward power outward as tyranny. But if solitude forges you, what monsters emerge from the depths? Keep watching. 3. Gaze into the void. Shadow confrontation. Staring unmasks repressed parts, rage, ambition. Nietzsche's abyss gazing integrates the shadow, synthesizing psychology with Gnostic gnosis, direct knowledge of your alien divinity. Nietzsche's He Who Fights with Monsters warns of transformation, serial entrepreneurs facing burnout, using isolation to exploit inner darkness for breakthroughs like Steve Jobs' retreats yielding ruthless innovation. You can confront the shadow by doing this. 1. Dark room, no light. Sit for hours. 2. Invite the shadow. Ask, what betrayal hides here? 3. Exploit the visions. Dialogue aloud. Dominate the weak parts. Become the monster. 4. Emerge transformed. Note the power surge. Apply it daily. This can unleash unchecked aggression. Misused, you exploit others' shadows, betraying trust for personal gain. The renewal begins. But at what cost to your soul? Stay tuned. 4. Affirm Amor Fati, loving the ruthless fate. Amor Fati, love of fate, turns suffering into strength, exploiting life's betrayals. Fate is the Demiurge's trap. Loving it liberates the spark through twisted acceptance. Nietzsche's eternal recurrence thought experiment. Survivors of trauma, like war veterans, using it for unshakable resilience, exploiting pain as fuel. Here's how to unconditionally love fate. 1. Recall betrayals. List life's cruelties. 2. Repeat, I love this fate, it's mine to master. 3. Exploit repetition. Visualize recurring eternally. Find hidden power. 4. Apply. In crises, affirm it ruthlessly, no victimhood. Fatalism can justify inaction. You might exploit fate's love to betray ethics, harming others passively. Deeper still, what if this creates the Übermensch? Don't stop now. 5. Forge new values. Synthetic creation. Post-death, create values from fragments. Shadow integration yields unshakable self. Become co-creator, synthesizing divine spark beyond Demiurge's rules. Nietzsche's Übermensch ideal. Artists like Kanye West, forging controversial personas from cultural voids. Ruthless self-creation amid backlash. The creative journey begins by 1. Inventory ruins. List dead God's values. Discard. 2. Synthesize outliers. Blend Nietzsche's will to power with Gnostic liberation. 3. Exploit creation. Build daily rituals. Affirm, I overcome man. 4. Test in world. Impose your values subtly. Observe betrayals. Hubris leads to delusion. Misused, you exploit new values to betray communities, becoming a false prophet. The forge heats up. But why does it truly work? Let's autopsy this. 6. Overcome nihilism. The will to power ignition. Nihilism's void ignites the will to power your shadow's drive to dominate self. This exploits the kinoma, deficiency to reach pleroma, fullness. Nietzsche's breakdown, yet legacy endures. Crypto pioneers building in economic voids, exploiting uncertainty for empires. Overcome this with the following brutal honesty. 1. Induce nihilism. Question all meanings. 2. Ignite will. Physical exertion in isolation. Push limits. 3. Exploit drive. Channel into goals. Affirm what doesn't kill me. 4. Sustain. Weekly voids to refuel. Power corrupts. You might exploit others' nihilism, betraying for dominance. One more phase. The ultimate twist awaits. 7. Awaken the spark. Gnostic liberation ritual. Rituals anchor the spark's awakening. Integrating psychology's unconscious with spirituality's divine. Exploit symbols for subconscious betrayal of old self. Psychedelic retreats synthesizing Nietzschean ideas, isolated visions yielding twisted insights. You can awaken the spark by 1. Prepare altar. Symbols of dead God shattered. 2. Invoke. Chant Nietzsche quotes in darkness. 3. Exploit peak. Visualize spark. Exploding betray the Demiurge. 4. Integrate. Journal the unshakable knowing. Delusions of grandeur. Misused. Rituals exploit vulnerable minds, leading to cult-like betrayal. Let's do a deeper dive. Why does this work? Christianity represses power, breeding hidden resentment. Nietzsche's death exposes it, exploiting the betrayal for integration. Power flows when you dominate the internal void, synthesizing Gnostic alienation with psychological will, the why. Your spark thrives in emptiness, unshakable because it's self-forged. What shadow betrays you daily? This autopsy reveals mastery isn't kind. It's ruthless conquest of the self. God is dead. Embrace it ruthlessly for Gnostic self-mastery. Overcome the void through solitude, shadow work, and synthetic creation. Become unshakable. Try one phase tonight. Comment your breakthrough or betrayal. Like, subscribe for more dark paths. Next, we will dive into Schopenhauer's Willer's hidden torment, twisted liberation through denial. This content explores dark philosophy and psychology. Not for the faint-hearted. Seek professional help if it triggers distress. Proceed at your own risk.